Are high-interest credit cards or personal loans weighing you down? Unlock gives homeowners a smarter option. With a home equity agreement, you can tap into your home's equity for cash today. There are no monthly payments. Here's how it works. Unlock provides funds upfront and in exchange, shares in a portion of your home's future value. That means you keep control with the flexibility to use your equity your way. Pay off bills, invest in home improvements, or set aside savings for peace of mind. For thousands of homeowners, Unlock has been the key to moving forward without the pressure of another payment. Put your equity to work for you. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
This man was into like diaper stuff. And I kind of just was like, sir,
Diaper
be so
stuff?
honest.
What do you mean? Huh?
So blankly.
He wanted to fuck me in a diaper, Marcus.
Oh, I'm trying to visualize this, okay?
Well, I was kind of trying to visualize it as it was happening. Because I was, and I am not I'm very reasonable with pricing and things like that, very open to new things.
Wow.
And I was like, this man really had the audacity. Bring me on a boat, want to fuck me in a diaper, which is pretty niche, and
Wait.
then like call me stupid.
He wanted you in the diaper or him in the diaper?
Oh, me.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number 1 sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. Now, last week, if you listened to the whole episode at the end, I gave you a shocking scenario that is happening to me as we speak. And it's still ongoing. So I'll just remind you real quick and give you a quick update before I get to all the housekeeping. And we've got a guest in. One's in the studio. It's a sugar daddy, and his sugar baby, one of them, is joining us through Zoom. And so we're going to bring them in a minute. But the shocking incident that I told you guys about last week is I told you about the worst first date I've ever had in my entire life, whether it be any kind of dating, but this one was off of Seeking. She ended up showing up at my house last week to rent one of my Airbnb rooms. So she's in my house as we speak. Now, here it is a week later, and it's been okay. Nothing has happened. I don't think she's recognized me. I don't know yet. Pretty much stays in her room. She was an alcoholic when I met her. She hasn't touched a drop of alcohol in my cabinets that we can tell for sure. For right now, I told Alejandra, who's out in the living room studying for her exams, just to keep an eye on her. Things seem to be going okay. So she checks out tomorrow. So it ended up kind of being a week of me just keeping myself in the office and my bedroom and not interacting with my guests. So that's good news, I guess. So anyway, hey, if you guys want to join us for Sugarpalooza 7, it's right around the corner. The big hit makers, Bryan Adams, Pat Benatar. Justin, you know who those are.
Yeah.
My sugar daddy definitely knows who those are. I don't know if Sugar Baby does, but
I'm going to be super honest, I don't.
yeah, so that's the feedback I'm getting. A lot of people are like, I don't know who Bryan Adams is. But then I play his songs, and they're like, oh, I know Summer of '69. Got my first real. Okay. See, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Hit me with your best shot.
Well, that's Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot, right? And then another one, a great Bryan Adams song is "Run to You," and then his biggest, believe it or not, his biggest hit I read was "Everything I Do It For You." That's his biggest hit.
That's him? I didn't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just a couple of huge hits that he has. He's going to put on a really fun show. And then Pat Benatar, oh my gosh, in the 80s. Oh, just icon. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got 2 party suites that have all you can eat, all you can drink, a party bus to take us to and from Phoenix Arena. Matter of fact, Phoenix Arena is where our Phoenix Mercury, which is the WNBA team, is playing now for the championship, the finals. They just made it. So I know you won't hear this until next week, but I noticed that we made the championship against Las Vegas. So it's going to be fun. That's the same spot where the concert's going to be. Before that, though, on Friday night, we'll have a mixer at Jay's brand new house. He just bought over $2 million, very nice party pad in Central Phoenix. You're really going to enjoy that. We used to have it at my house or at the country club. Well, I had limited bathrooms. He's got 4 bathrooms, I believe, in his house. So everybody will be able to excuse themselves when they need to. So that'll be a lot of fun. All the women get accommodations free of charge. It costs you nothing except their transportation here and home. So you'll get 3 days and 2 nights. Sunday we have a brunch. Men, sponsors, if you want to be a sponsor of the show, I'm actually, believe it or not, running out of spots. Usually it's just like, hey, as many as we can take. But I've got so many sponsors this time that we are starting to fill up, and I got to leave plenty of tickets. I got 50 tickets. We got to leave plenty for the women. So men, if you're interested in sponsoring, hit me up now while there's still availability. You don't want to miss this party. You can hit me up at info@secretsofasugardaddy.com or on our Instagram or our Patreon. Lots of ways to get a hold of us. Now, if you are a Patreon member, women, and you apply for this party, you will get priority judging. And Patreon is our fan club. It's a great safe space for anybody in the sugar lifestyle that wants to hang out online with other people in the lifestyle. We've got community forum there. We've got private chats to Lily and I. You can get some coaching and profile reviews. You get to hear all the episodes before anybody else. You get special invitations to parties and drinks and pop-ups and behind-the-scenes photos and videos that we don't publish anywhere else. So it starts as little as $10 a month. Now, that is going up January 1st, 2026. But if you sign up now, you're locked in. I cannot raise your price. So you are locked in. So get it now while the price is good. Also, the profile reviews are going up because we got so many to do. And I basically give them away as a loss leader at $25 a month. And you get a profile review and an hour of coaching. I pay Lily more than that. So I am actually losing money on that deal. But it's a good deal. So if you want that, it's still available. Go sign up now. Okay. Enough of the housekeeping. As you heard, they piped in a little bit. Justin is in the house. We appreciate you coming. Again, it's like your 3rd time on the show, I think. 4th. That's right. It's 4 times. You've been in here twice, and I think we did on Zoom.
Yeah. Once on Zoom, twice here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Justin. People message me about you. You must have the voice for radio because they think you're the sexiest thing they've ever heard. And I'm not even making this up. They're wanting to know who this guy is and where he's from. So I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And I've told you that before. And you always look at me
now.
like, really? But I don't know. It's just something about your stories and the way you talk about them. Now, you have told us a couple times that you fancy more than one sugar baby.
I have had more than one, a couple of occasions, but since I've last seen you, it's just been one.
Just one.
It's just Rose and I.
And we have Rose, who joins us from the Northwest on a Zoom. How are you?
It has been a super busy day, but we made it through. I only have like 2 errands to run after this, so we're going to make it.
Now, I know you've probably been told this, but you look very young. How old are you, Rose?
I'm 24.
Okay. You've got such a cute little baby
I know.
face. I know. People tell me
It's
that
a
all the time.
blessing and a curse. You know, I'm like, I'll age gracefully. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you told me you were 19, I'm not going to dispute it from the looks of it. You could tell me that, and I would believe it.
there's been debate over when Justin and I met, and I'm always like, reminder. He's like, I would never see someone under 21. And I'm like, well, that math doesn't add up.
All right, so Justin, remind us, you are how old again?
I'm now 65.
65, and she's 24. Justin, what are you doing?
I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, right?
True.
Just enjoying my
So
life.
when you guys go out, Rose, do you get funny looks?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we celebrated his birthday at like a swinging club. So, I mean, we don't go out a ton. Like, we're both definitely homebodies, I would say. And I think just because people are like, oh, it's totally like her dad. We don't get too much. Other relationships where I have clearly not been their daughter, I get a lot more flack for it, but occasionally we'll witness it. It's like, oh, we hold hands, and then the waitress is like, wait, what?
Yeah. So have you got the comments? Have you heard, like, oh, this must be your daughter?
No.
Because I
haven't.
And you have a bigger age gap than I do.
Well, I know I've gotten the comments in other relationships before,
yeah.
but not here.
Yeah.
I think it's because we seem so comfortable, honestly. Like, that's kind of what I wonder.
Well, you know what? That's the important thing. And Justin, I'm sure she makes you feel young.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she keeps me happy.
Yeah. So, Rose, tell me a little bit about yourself. Do you date much in high school?
No. So I have a primary partner, and him and I have been together for a long time, like since high school. I'd like
Wait.
I lost my virginity, all of that. And when I turned 18, I was like, I love you. This is not gonna be like my first and last. And then quickly realized that I'm very much into older guys. So he's my exception, I would say. But yeah, mostly just sugared at this point.
Okay. So you still have your primary partner, you call him?
Yeah.
Same age as you?
Yeah, pretty close. Like 2 years older, but
Okay.
yeah.
So you met him in high school?
Yeah, in high school.
Okay.
I always tell people, I'm like, we've been together since high school, but it's not like that. Like, we're not like high school sweethearts. I think I told him, I can't believe he stayed with me, but I think I told him, like, hey, this is a thing now, but like once I graduate, like I need to spread my wings. And then when I turned 18, I was like, oh, Jesus, I like fell in love with you, which kind of feels like a scam. But, you know, we definitely had that conversation where I was like, this is not going to be monogamous. Like, I'm just not, I didn't plan on this being a long-term thing. So, yeah.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Are high-interest credit cards or personal loans weighing you down? Unlock gives homeowners a smarter option. With a home equity agreement, you can tap into your home's equity for cash today. There are no monthly payments. Here's how it works. Unlock provides funds upfront and in exchange shares in a portion of your home's future value. That means you keep control with the flexibility to use your equity your way. Pay off bills, invest in home improvements, or set aside savings for peace of mind. For thousands of homeowners, Unlock has been the key to moving forward without the pressure of another payment. Put your equity to work for you. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Okay, I have so many questions. All right, so
That's fair.
I'm assuming he's around 26, you're about 24. I know when I was that age, I did not know how to handle my jealousy. How did this work for him? How was he able to accept this?
So, I mean, we probably have the healthiest relationship I've ever seen. And a lot of the reason why is because we are like communication city, you know, like
well, that's important. Yeah.
It's like, it's make or break
Yeah.
for any poly non-monogamous relationship, but especially with something where, you know, I do see older guys and have these relationships with people who are successful and a lot older, like that can come up. And we don't have a ton of it at this point, and there never was like an extreme jealousy part. But kind of how I've always framed it is that I advocate for myself and learn to do that pretty early. So if it's one of those things where I tell him to tell me if there's something where he's feeling super jealous or anything like that, and then we kind of have that discussion of what's going on here. Is there something that is making you uncomfortable about this, or is it just a pure jealousy thing? I don't give him the, like, he doesn't have like veto power. That's just, I'm my own person and we're incredibly close. Like, he's my best friend, but we've worked through a lot of that jealousy to just make sure that we're both happy and comfortable with where things are at.
You guys don't live together, do you?
No, we sure do.
Yeah, they do.
We sure do.
Wow. So you just dress up for a date and you're like, I'll see you later?
Yeah, pretty much.
And he's fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, he has other partners too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he has other Oh my gosh.
It's not a
no, I'm
one-way
not,
street,
like,
Marcus.
oh, dear God. No, 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 no.
I was going to get to that.
No, it's not. And that was a conversation we had where I told him I don't have the highest sex drive, contrary to what a lot of people would imagine. But we have conversations like that. If that's somewhere where jealousy is coming in, I told him, like, very early, I was like, please see other people. For the love of God, like, don't do that to yourself, because that's just going to be something where there's going to be contention. So, yeah.
Do you feel like that has brought you guys closer together?
Yeah, I mean, we've always been very close, but it's strengthened the relationship since we do have that level of openness. It's not always easy. I mean, we're not the yelling, arguing type. That's just like a hard no for me. But, there will be times where it can be frustrating. It can be hard, mostly just because we kind of grew up together, like from when I was 16 to now I'm 24. We've gone through a lot of phases.
So who wears the pants in this relationship? Who's the boss?
So I'm a control freak, but so he's like the chill dominant one who can
chill
get me.
Dominant?
Yeah, I would say like soft dominant, chill dominant. His mind when I'm losing my shit, which is respectfully most days, and kind of just like, I don't know what's happening. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't even know what to do because I'm trying to control everything. He's the person who, and Justin does this too, but he's the one I come home to, and he's able to just help me like ground and really.
Do you feel like him and Justin have a lot in common?
I wouldn't say that. Well,
that's an odd question.
You're both nerdy. Like, I don't know. Like,
she has her type.
A lot of interests.
We're physically not anything alike.
Well, not physically, but the way that you guys handle her.
Probably not the same either.
No?
Probably not this. I mean, just generationally, it's not the same.
Well,
but,
yeah, obviously that, but.
I think it's the comfort part. I know Justin wanted to talk about this. I'm super open to talking about it as well. But there are people who kind of fulfill different roles.
You've met?
I've met him briefly, but we don't hang out.
No.
But he knows who you are and what you look like.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
And then you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't expect you to hang out, but I went out with a girl a few times and she had a boyfriend and he knew about me, but I didn't know what he looked like or I didn't know anything. And I don't know if he knew what I looked like. He just knew that his girl was going out with me that night.
It depends on just kind of like how long the relationship is.
Yeah.
Especially at this point. But I prioritize longer term things. When I was in college, it was a little different. I definitely had more sugaring. Now I'll tell people if they ask, if it comes up, since Justin's a huge part of my life, as are other older guys I see. And they'll be like, what's it like being like, should I be a sugar baby? And I just tell them, like, first of all, I'm the worst sugar baby you've ever met.
You're the worst?
So I'm horrible. I'm not like the,
Justin's really smiling over here.
Well, I pretend I listen to all the hot girl music oh, go get your bag, go get your money. I am not a hustler. I like older guys a lot.
It sounds like
And
you're an ideal sugar baby
For me,
for you.
what she's saying
for
is
guys typically,
guys.
but if
Bag like
girls
she
come to
probably
me
should.
and ask me, I mean, I definitely do have a process where the first thing I ask them, I'm like, are you sexually attracted to older men? If they say no, I'm like, great, this ain't for you. Waste your time.
True, true.
And there's just a lot of reality checks that typically I'll do
So you're
where
doing sugar dating coaching.
no.
Give
When
it,
people ask me too many questions, I'm like, this is not the most interesting part of my life. Like it's a thing I do. But if it does come up, I'm typically pretty honest with them about what that looks like for me, especially now compared to when I was in college.
okay,
Because in college, I wasn't fully employed.
I want to take it back just a little bit. We're going to rewind. When did you get on Seeking? I'm assuming that's where you started.
Yeah, hold on. Respectfully, it's been a really long day, so I am having a white claw. I got on Seeking after age-wise, I think I was 18. And the story of that went, I'm involved in the kink community. I saw a couple older guys who were not ideal. Their lives were a mess. They were talking about custody battles with their kids. I can't really look up to you in any way. And when I kind of thought more about Seeking, it was COVID. And I was like, oh, wait, okay, these are successful men generally who I would be able to learn things from as well. And that's very, very important to me. I don't have long-term relationships where it's not, I hate going on dates I don't enjoy.
Well,
I really do.
that could be said for most everybody, but you started sugar dating when you were about 18 then.
I would say like 18, cusp of 19.
Wow. And then Justin, you met her shortly after.
she was 19, almost 20.
19. Did you feel
No,
like
what?
wow.
It was
Now
the November of night. There was still
okay.
about 6 months. Keep him honest.
now
My
who,
memory's
who
not that
reached
great.
out to who first?
I reached out to her.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you think, Rose, when this quote unquote old guy in his 60s reached out to you?
Okay, I have a thing for a JD. I always tell people, I'm like, it's my JDAR. I have a problem. It's the PhDs and the JDs that really do it for me. And when we met in person, he
So you're
has-
referring that he's a lawyer and
it's
then,
a lawyer or a doctor,
Or a doctor,
as
and-
Justin likes to say, they're a doctor as well, because Juris Doctorate. But, that's neither here nor there. I typically connect best and have the longer term relationships with people who align with a lot of my interests. And that tends to align with some people in law,
yeah.
depending. But,
So
yeah.
Rose, have you met his children?
In passing, most of them. Yeah, they know about me. It's never a big deal, which I'm so grateful about. Justin's been really good about not making it weird, I would say. Like on my end, I don't mind. And I think they don't mind as much because it's pretty clear, like I'm not trying to replace their mom or be their stepmom or something.
That would be
That's-
weird.
It would be super weird. Yeah. No, that would be really, really, really weird. So I think they feel more comfortable around me than they probably would if they thought I was trying to steal their inheritance or, become their mother.
Not that it
But-
hasn't happened before, but I just, yeah. I've seen some weird things.
It's not me. It hasn't happened to me, but I pretty much just lean on whatever the arrangement I'm seeing is comfortable with. Most are more towards the like, God forbid you ever. But since Justin's kids are adults, I've met some of them. It's never been like a big deal.
Okay. They don't give you a hard time or anything?
No,
No. Weird looks and snark.
no,
better
no
not.
snarky comments.
Yeah.
I think those are safe for.
They want to stay in the will, right?
Good.
What's their? Yeah, yeah.
So do you guys travel together ever?
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
sound
so
like it's very often, but you've done it.
Well, we've been to Vegas a couple times. We did the cabin in the woods thing.
Yeah, I'm a big Airbnb cabin in the woods
I like
type
the
girl.
cabin in the woods
I don't
experience.
want my ideal vacations a lot of the times are I don't want cell reception. I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to lay in bed and snuggle in a really pretty cabin and sleep for like 16 hours. So those are our vacations, which I adore.
Boy, she sounds like a 24-year-old, doesn't she?
She is.
Yeah. So is Justin the only guy you're seeing?
No, no. I have Justin, and so I have my primary partner, and one other arrangement that I've seen for over almost 2 years now.
Wow.
Occasionally, I'll reconnect with someone I've seen a while ago, just
Yeah.
on if it happens, it happens. But those are my primaries.
Do you work full time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
So what do you do with this additional income?
It's expensive.
No, I know it's expensive.
I have very expensive student loans.
Oh.
It goes quick. I
Yeah.
would say that, especially in college, I sugared a lot more just because I didn't have any additional income. Now the additional income just makes my life more comfortable. I have always been someone where the lifestyle I seek is not the lifestyle that I particularly currently exist in. Nothing too ridiculous, but yeah, it just makes things a lot easier bill wise, and then also just going out with friends or little stuff like that.
Now, how do you work this with your primary partner? Do you guys have a joint account, or you split
God,
the bills?
no.
How does this work?
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
No, everything's separate. We split bills. I have roommates, so I'm typically the one that takes charge. I'm a very controlling person. I have a very busy schedule, especially with these relationships. So it's typically okay. I do a weekly planner. I have hourly, whatever. I have 3 nights that are already confirmed, booked. Justin, primary, the other guy I see. Non-negotiable. Those are busy. Figure out who's when during the week. The rest of it, I probably have a lot of other things I've agreed to do.
Yeah.
So it's very busy, I would say.
You are a busy person.
I told you she was super organized, didn't I?
Yeah, well, you have to be to have a schedule like that. And this other guy, does he know about all this stuff too? Okay.
Yeah. I have an incredibly guilty conscience. There's no way I'm lying to anyone.
Well, that's the best. That's something you don't have
upfront.
to. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, just with how busy I am, trying to keep track of lies and things I'm hiding, like there's just not a good reason for it at all.
I'm going to ask you a really personal question.
Go for it.
Is there anything about Justin that just bugs the shit out of you?
Ooh, I want to hear that.
Okay, sometimes it can be, and he recognizes this. Now, it's not too bad. Sometimes the mansplaining goes crazy. It's never too bad, and I do go to Justin for advice, okay? So let's keep that straight. I think we've both grown a ton, just even like opinion-wise with how we view things. Sometimes I get very tired of hearing about the Roman Empire, perhaps, but I smile and nod because I love him, and I'm like, yeah, no, for sure, absolutely. But yeah, that's probably really all I can think of.
No, I get it. My sugar baby's 29 years younger than me, and I get into a lot of stuff, and she just kind of goes glassy-eyed and like, yeah, okay, just
it's not too bad.
Get on with it.
It's not too bad, and I've always felt like respected if I did have a different opinion or kind of like a different take on something. That's really important for me, especially with an age gap relationship. I don't want to be going into something where we can't talk because they're just gonna like shut me down or not respect like my own opinions and hear me out. And that doesn't mean that either one of us is trying to change the other one's mind. I don't know. What's the most mansplaining thing you do other than the Roman Empire?
Well,
I can't think of one.
I remember when
I keep telling you about what it was like in the 80s.
Yeah.
I don't mind that, honestly. I don't mind it because think you're pretty in check with what a mess it is now. I think if it were different, where you were saying things like, "Oh, why can't you just buy a house?" I would be like, "You need to fuck all the way off." But like it's never like that, so it's not too bad. It's really not bad. I just have to choose something, so I'll choose that.
So when you guys go out, you have plenty to talk about. You don't
Yeah.
find yourself getting into awkward conversations where you're just not relating.
I
Never.
never. I don't know how. Whenever people ask, what do you talk about?
Well, see, I think that's kind of
I don't know.
important to touch on because people are like, well, you're 60 something, she's 20 something. What could you guys possibly have to talk about? What could you possibly have in common? I've experienced it too, where I'm like, you have no idea. It's unbelievable. Like we have plenty to talk about. And
Yeah, for sure.
Even though she doesn't know my music, she doesn't know a lot of things even slang, different because she grew up in Mexico until she was young, until like 4 or 5, and then Tucson. But there's slang words I'll use, and she's like, "What is that?" Like, for instance, maybe I say, "Man, that guy needs to pull up his britches." Well, she doesn't know what britches means. Do you know what britches are?
Yeah, I'm a history nerd though.
Yeah.
I'm a big history nerd. That was signed, sealed, and delivered pretty early on.
But there's some
Jesse
words
and
she'll just look at me like, I don't even know what that word is.
it's the Southern for me.
Yeah,
Like I have some close friends who are Southern guys, and those metaphors, I am just like, what the hell are you talking about? There's the occasional thing. I feel like mostly it's the other way.
Well,
Plus we only see each other once a week.
okay.
So just catching up takes
yeah,
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, there's usually I'm taking a nap.
Yeah.
Part of it, which I love that he's okay with it.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So what's a normal date for you? What do you do once a week?
Okay, I can tell you. So,
Because you've been doing this for 4.5 years, right? Or 4 years?
and we go out to dinner a lot. We've gone on trips and various things we've gone to the clubs, the strip clubs, the swinger clubs, all kinds of clubs. But here's a good example. Last week, I can't remember when you came over, but it was
I came over early.
It was like in the afternoon. And I was gone. I come back and she's just crawled into my bed asleep.
Yeah, that's happened. That's happened several times.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when I worked kind of near where Justin lives. I'm like, you know what? They don't lock their doors. I like Justin's bed. I'm just going to kind of hang out. I've even gone over there when you're out of town, I think. I think I've been there when you're out of town, definitely. Just because I do have roommates. It gets chaotic. And I have my own office now, so I kind of just hide in here. But it's good to get away.
It is nice to be kind of that comfortable, though. Alejandra, mine, she used to do that, too. Now she's pretty much moved in with me. But she would just come over and take a nap in my bed if she didn't feel... She's like, oh, I just like your bed so much better. Why do they always like the other person's bed so much better than theirs? I
don't like your bed more than mine, but
no?
I like your... God... The level of pillows I have, I like the quiet. Plus, just being in a different house sometimes can be really nice just because I do have so much going on. It can feel a little bit like a little mini vacation perhaps.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you guys really enhance each other, and he draws a lot of things from you. You kind of draw energy off of him and you bounce it off each other, and it works pretty well. What do you see yourself doing in the future, though? I mean, this isn't going to last forever. Well, actually, no relationship ever does, but where are you going with this? 4 years is a long time.
I'm rocking with it till the end.
Yeah,
I'm rocking with it until I move or something.
That's the
until
great
I
thing.
move or so, there's no predetermined end goal, I think. Where I mean, honestly, the three guys I see, they're all love all of them. Also, they're my closest friends most of the time. So if geographically I end up taking a job somewhere else, I could see that happening. But I don't know. We're just kind of hanging out at this point. No hard thought.
I always say, hey, let's go out, have a great time. At the end of the night, you go your way, I go mine. Let's do it again until we don't want to do it again anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? That's pretty much your relationship.
I would say so.
You got to make them want to come back.
Yeah.
I think she wants to come back. You want to come back, baby?
Yeah. That's
Well,
the plan.
what do you do that's so special that makes her want to come back?
Well, I have learned to cook her favorite meal.
That's so true.
what is your-
Okay. Talk about it. Tell the people, Justin.
Yeah, what is your favorite meal?
Salmon, baked salmon, and mashed potatoes
Ooh.
And broccoli.
and broccoli.
Do you like it blackened or just baked like that?
No,
I
have a
like
special
how
way.
Justin does it.
How Justin does it, yeah.
I have to tell you this story because it cracked me up. My friends like that are my age know. They know about Justin. And I kind of couldn't believe Justin came to this, but I am not the most enthusiastic, love food, obsessed with food type person. It's sustenance to me, but Justin came to this house party that one of my friends was throwing and made the salmon there. I was not hungry. He brought it out to this group of people in their 20s, and they all were so obsessed with it. This is amazing. Tell us the recipe. And just the glow on his face, I was like, these are the people who deserve your level of cooking. I just benefit from it. But yeah.
So do you enjoy doing that, Justin?
Because most of the time, I'm just picking and eating whatever. If it's just me, I don't make anything fancy.
Yeah.
And I have a roommate who has quite strange eating. He's very much a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all
It-
he eats. So.
It worked perfectly because I'm the worst about having like a full home cooked meal. I very much subscribe to the whole like girl dinner trend where it's like yogurt, some chips, maybe like a cracker or two, and a White Claw. So when I go over, I just am like, oh my gosh, the food pyramid is fulfilled. I'm having a home cooked meal. This is delicious. So it works out.
So
pretty well.
White Claw is your beverage of choice
I mean, White Claw's the beverage I had in my fridge.
in your
Pros-
fridge?
Usually it's
She's a
some sort of.
Prosecco girl.
You're a Prosecco
I'm a
type
Prosecco,
girl?
I'm a Rosé, I'm a vodka base.
Rosé all day.
Okay. Rosé all day, to be honest, sometimes, yeah. Usually a mimosa type beat, especially
Yeah.
if it's during the week. But usually if Jess and I are together, we're just drinking vodka base mixed
So you know
drinks.
what little canned drink that I've kind of taken a loving to, easy on my system for some reason, is the High Noon vodka drinks.
I've never had one, but I see them.
Yeah, High Noon peach, High Noon grapefruit, High Noon pineapple. They got watermelon, black cherry. They got, it's kind of like White Claw. It's just more of
It's a vodka base though? Like
yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay,
And it's
okay.
just, it's not as bubbly as White Claws. Matter of fact, it's funny
Sweet.
because I had a guest in here a few weeks ago, and they have some alcohol. They have some wine and White Claws here at the podcast studio, and they gave us a couple White Claws. I almost choked. I was drinking it, and then the bubbles came up, and then I couldn't even hardly finish the podcast. I had to take a minute.
No, I know.
It was just a little too
I hear it.
carbonated. Yeah.
I hear a lot of people talk about that, and it will give me sometimes like mini burps. I'm like, we're done here. We're moving to vodka. I just don't have any vodka in reach, and I just got home. So the mini fridge had White Claw, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna just rock with this for now. But I know it. I know that carbonation drives a lot of people crazy.
All right, so we're not quite out of time, but before we run out, I want to talk to you about some maybe crazy men or experiences that you've had. If you've been on Seeking since you were 18, there got to be some stories.
Yeah.
And our audience loves stories.
I mean, I guess it's pretty not safe for work on here. I've got like some really wild ones.
Well, the wilder, the better. Do tell.
Okay.
Do tell.
Okay. So I started seeing this guy, younger guy.
Meaning,
God, this is so horrible to
how
talk about. Under 40. Like I would say
Under
like
40.
35 to 40.
Okay.
And I went over to his house. He lived in this big ass house alone, which I was like, that's kind of crazy, but whatever. Walk into the bedroom and bathroom, like whatever. There is a massive dildo, like massive, like big, thick
Like the bad
dildo.
dragon?
I don't know, but like big dildo. And I kind of was just like, oh dear God, I hope he doesn't think that's going in me. 'Cause no. And over the couple months we saw each other, I found out that it was going in him and it was going in his ass. I felt really bad for him, honestly. He could only come through the prostate and he fully was not gay. Like I had to ask. I was like, have you experimented? Pretty open conversation. He was like, I have. I just am not into it. But that was the time that I ended up with my hand in someone.
Really?
And it was kind of crazy. He was going through a lot, I think, with his masculinity because I was fully behind him. I'm not elbow deep, but it's not far from it. And he just says, tell me what a big man I am. Wow. And I just, thank God I was not facing him because I told him, I was like, you're such a big, strong man.
Oh, man.
And I'm just fully like wrist deep. And I'm super accepting with like kink stuff, whatever, a freak, love it. I kind of just zoned out. It was like, it's fine. This isn't weird. But then he tried to play games with me and was getting really possessive. So I snapped out of it and I was like, what the fuck just happened for the last 3 months?
Okay, so did this happen on the first date?
This third
encounter?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
But it was definitely an interesting one because he was dominant in the relationship, but it was a little wild. It was definitely different. I think the only other crazy one was, I think it's known at this point, there's a lot of jokes, but don't date a man who lives on a boat. Just don't do it.
You dated a man who lived on a boat. That was his primary residence?
It was a 2-date situation.
Okay.
It was a 2-date situation. And first date, I kind of was like, okay. These were both in college. Second date, I go to his boat and just get in the boat. And, we did the deed. Right after, he starts getting pretty, giving some pretty hot takes, like a lot of very radical right-wing slur things. And then I was like, okay. And then he starts pointing out all the guns behind the doors, the AK-47 he has. I was like, okay. And then I left.
So how did that even come into being? He just kind of started it? Were you guys having a discussion?
I literally don't know how. We were kind of laying there, and I think he just started talking about Ronald Reagan a ton.
Okay.
And I have like a history background, and then I heard some things, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I have nothing wrong with guns. I'm from Eastern Washington, but I'm on a boat. If you've ever watched It's Always Sunny, there's the whole joke about like the implication of a woman on a boat, like where the fuck's she gonna go? And I am a big like
the implication.
The implication. In that moment, I was just, I was like, well, thank God we wore a condom because you're really weird. Yeah. It wasn't just like normal, it's okay if we're politically different. It was like kind of crazy shit. And I know better than to argue with someone when I'm not having a time that feels super safe. So I've been really lucky with not having any like sexual assault or really bad situations happen because I usually am just like, oh, okay, uh-huh, yeah, we're gonna get through the rest of this and okay, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
Been great. But I think those were probably two of the bigger ones that stick out where I'm like, how the hell did I end up in that situation? Well,
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
You reminded me of when I was in college, my buddy had a ski boat and we picked up some girls who wanted to go boating with us. And I remember getting out to the middle and I think he just said it to me. He didn't say it to them. I don't remember him saying it out loud, but he's like, we should tell him to put out or get out.
Okay, it wasn't like it was like
right in the middle of the
full
lake.
business.
I mean, he started being like mean to me, like it was not just like saying kind of crazy. Like, it was kind of like saying like I was dumb and all this shit. And I was like, sir, and the detail I left out, this man was into like diaper stuff. And I kind of just was like, sir,
Diaper
be so
stuff?
honest.
What do you mean? Huh?
So blankly.
He wanted to fuck me in a diaper, Marcus.
Oh, I'm trying to visualize this. Okay.
Well, I was kind of trying to visualize it as it was happening. Because I was, and I am not the most, I'm very reasonable with pricing and things like that, very open to new things.
Wow.
And I was like, this man really had the audacity. Bring me on a boat, want to fuck me in a diaper, which is pretty niche, and
Wait.
then like call me stupid.
He wanted you in the diaper or him in the diaper?
Oh, me.
That's weird.
Yeah, I didn't get a heads up on that one.
Sorry.
I did not. I'm all for the like daddy dog thing, but I didn't even get a heads up.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
okay, lay down. And I kind of just, sometimes with these guys, I'm like, I'm a really reasonable person. And you kind of just like mess this whole thing up and no one else is going to put up with this shit.
So
that's
you're on
crazy.
FetLife, right?
I am on FetLife. I used it a lot more when I had more time in my life.
So
but
what kind of fetishes are you into? Or I'm sure you get lots of requests.
yeah, when I posted more often, I did. FetLife is really a journey. I used to get some crazy ass messages that were honestly entertaining.
Yeah.
My partner and I would read through them, and it was just like, what in the hell?
Yeah, you're like, how do
but-
people think of this stuff?
Right?
Yeah.
Some of them I just was like, hello. I was really deep in the kink community, specifically like BDSM stuff. Ended up getting really close with some of the communities up in the Seattle area, specifically a lot of people who had been in kink for a very long time. So a lot of just submissive rope, cages, medical play. I love the DDLG stuff where I kind of just get to feel like I don't have to control everything. That's really relaxing to me. So Justin definitely provides that too. But yeah, I like being out of control since I'm such a control
Now-
freak in most aspects of my life. It's really comforting, honestly.
Now, Justin, are you guys more vanilla at this point, or is there some kinks and fetishes going on?
It's whatever kind of comes up.
Yeah.
I think the
It's
age
been
gap
pretty
is quite a
vanilla
kink to
lately.
begin with.
Yeah, that probably
Yeah,
is.
she's my baby girl, though.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't do a ton of like the people who are into kink, like it's a lifestyle. I didn't sugar with kink. It was more so just for fun. I met a lot of really, really cool people doing it and a lot of really not cool people because the kink community is just gossip city too. And I just kept right on the edge where I didn't want to be part of the gossip, the drama, the whatever.
Well, that's a completely
I've-
different community than the sugar lifestyle.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I
very
mean, it can
different.
interact, obviously, with any type of dating, but
It feels like the guys sometimes there's a really niche fetishes in the like sugaring community that I've run into, but it's not people into just like general BDSM. It's someone who wants me to put my hand up their butt or like diapers where it's just like, okay, I didn't know that's where this was going, but alrighty, I have a baby face, like it kind of comes with the territory. I'm super feminine. It can end up that way.
Well, long before I started this podcast, I met this girl. She was in her 40s. We met, and then we ended up going back to my place. And she goes, "Do you like anal play? You like do anything like that?" I'm like, and I'm fresh out of a divorce, right? We didn't do any of that stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, I really haven't experienced. Before I knew it, she had her hand up my ass, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like it was her initiating everything.
Yeah.
I was
I'm
like,
not into that.
whoa.
And I think it's one of the things I value most just about my own sexuality. I'm super, super open to stuff. I'm never going to shame someone for it until they kind of fuck me over. And then I'm like, now that was insane.
Yeah.
But generally, I'm pretty accepting of it. It's cool. I like it.
Now, do very many of your friends sugar date?
No, not really. No. They all think Justin's hot, though.
Yeah, no,
Like,
he's a good looking guy. He's a smooth guy. Yeah.
I've been very blessed. I do tell my friends that too. Between Justin and the other guy I see who is super built, full body tattoos, like very, macho, and is at the gym a lot. I have friends who are like, these guys are really hot. And I'm like, don't expect this. Don't expect this.
Yeah.
This is not everyone. These are just somehow the ones that have stayed around. I've been very blessed. But yeah.
Well, I always tell people when I go on shows or when I talk to people, you just got to filter through the BS. There's so many good people on there, and you're going to find something that works for you. But you got to be patient and just dig through the dirt to find the good ones.
I think it's being patient. It's also just being genuine. Like you can't expect the other person to be genuine if you're lying the whole time or if you're not into it. I never really get that. Where I'm like, do you think they don't realize? Like, do you think they're dumb when you're so clearly not into it and so clearly just trying to get the money? That's fine, but just don't expect them to be genuine back.
Yeah.
This is a two-way street. So,
yeah, it works so much better when you are enjoying the financial benefit from it, but you actually really like that person. You like them as a human and you enjoy being around them. Makes
I think
a genuine
that
experience, yeah.
I've seen it happen, and this is not like, don't do it, because I'm very privileged in just the jobs that I've had and kind of how I function just in the world. But I kind of see the biggest struggle with some of that when it's people who are in situations where this is their rent money. When it's your rent money and your bill money, you have to get more desperate. And I've just made sure that that's never the circumstance because it sucks. Like, it sucks to be in that circumstance.
Yeah, as one of our guests said, desperation is a stinky cologne.
Scammers love desperation both ways.
Yeah,
don't be desperate.
Yeah.
Don't be desperate.
Good. That's great advice because we've been saying that for a long time, and I'm glad that you hold that value too, because the people that are most successful are the ones that are doing it for the right reason and not out of desperation. We get it. Today is October 1st. Usually, that hasn't Hasn't so much, but usually my messages start blowing up. Hey, baby, I haven't seen you in a while. Love to see you. Got any time this afternoon?
Oh,
You know, because rents do, right? But I haven't gotten too many of those today. So I don't know. Maybe I've kind of filtered out those. But I get it. Sometimes you just get short on the month and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, and I have friends who are in that circumstance, especially if you have kids, or like shit happens, life happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me, a lot of the success I've had with building these long-term relationships has just been the fact that I've sugared as an addition and not as my core income. I think it can help with just staying safer. You're able to be more picky.
Wow, that's great advice. I was going to ask you for some parting advice, but I think that's
my advice.
That's perfect.
That's my advice. Don't do it if you're not into older guys. What are you thinking? Go do OnlyFans.
Sure.
Go do strip. I don't know. Go do something else. If it's not what you're into, there's plenty of other options. But yeah, just between that and make sure you're in the right place to do it. It is sex work.
Yeah.
You need to make sure that you're in the right place to do something comfortable like that, because you can end up in really unfortunate situations.
All right. Well, very good. Justin, we didn't put you on the hot spot too much.
I'll just say thank God for girls that love older guys.
Yeah.
Right?
I would be so lost.
Sometimes I say that to some of my friends. I'm like, well, God bless that there was a generation of fathers who just didn't really know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
Because Justin and that generation is really, they're thriving, and I am too.
Yeah.
A lot of mentors to look up to.
Well, it's a very traditional role that the older men play as a provider and as a mentor. So it's not as weird as it sounds.
Right?
Yeah.
I think the same
Not weird
thing.
at all.
It's just to some people when they see a 40-year age gap, they're like, ooh, that's weird. But you know what?
If you're
It's
not
your
into
life.
it, right.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's
You
not for
don't need
everybody.
to be into it, but it's been very beneficial career-wise, economically, all of that I am really into it. So it's a blessing.
Well, good for you. Well, Rose, that was fantastic. Enjoyed meeting you and chatting about your experiences.
Yeah, it's
Thanks
been
for
lovely.
joining us. Yeah, next time it would be great if you ever come to Arizona?
God, no.
No.
It's so hot. What are you
So
guys doing
hot.
down
It's
there?
gorgeous. I'm telling you, we're
Maybe
about
one
to
day.
enter our 8 months of paradise. We got through with the heat, so we're good with that. But yeah, you just come between like October and 1st of May or something. It's really
We'll
good.
see if what Justin's schedule is.
But Justin comes down here quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times a year.
Well, if you ever are in Arizona, we'd love to have you and talk to you again
Thank you.
in the studio.
And thank you, honey, for coming on. She did
I
this
know,
for me,
part
by
of
the way.
it, it's been delightful, Marcus, but also I don't get to see Justin for like
2 weeks
3
now.
weeks now.
Yeah.
So,
3 weeks.
Have you ever
selfishly.
been on a podcast before?
No.
You did fantastic.
I've done interviews with.
Yeah, you have no problem chatting, so
Oh, no. No.
that's not an issue.
Public speaking is not a problem for me. So
Good.
thank you, though, Marcus. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, like a couple we heard from Rose, you can contact us on our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. Like I said, Instagram is a great way. I get a lot of messages on Instagram. We'd like a follow there. You can message me direct. They beep my phone, and I do look down and go, oh, boy. Because some of the questions and stories are pretty entertaining. And, of course, our Patreon, we'd love for you to join our little family where you can be open and honest and nobody's going to judge you. And it's a really nice feeling. So that is at patreon.com/secrets of a sugar daddy podcast. All right. Well, we've got to run. Justin, once again, thank you. Good to see you again. We're going to go to dinner tonight with Lily and Trucker.
Hey, I'm looking
and
forward to that.
Alejandra.
I have not met Trucker yet, so I'm looking forward to that.
He is the salt of the earth. I'm telling you, such a great guy.
I think he's the smartest guy on the planet because he talked Lily into taking him in.
Absolutely. So we're going to get to enjoy your company a little longer. And then, Rose, thank you again. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you, baby.
Thanks so much.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.